The 2011 Globe Theatre version of Macbeth. This is Act 2.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Our candles are all out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What's that? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
In measureless content.
Right? Go! I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honour for you.
Still I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The likes to you.
Go, bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed rain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Oh, the one half-world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings and withered murder, alarumed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whiles I thread, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Peace. It was the owl that shrieked. The fatal bellman which gives the sternst good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets. The death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What help?
I'm afraid they have awaited, 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl shriek and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When,
now.
as I descended...
Aye.
Who lies in the second chamber?
John O'Bane.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
As one did laugh in sleep and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two
one
lodged
cried,
together.
God bless us, and amen. The other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Considering not so
But
deeply.
wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you
Stay,
mean?
cried, sleep no more. To all the house Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If you do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is't with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eye. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, but I shame to wear a heart so white. There's a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. More knocking. Go, get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
Know my deed, to best not know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
is a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hell Gate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer, hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in, time pleaser. Have napkins enough about you? Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name. Hey, there's an equivocator who could square in both the scales against either scale. Who committed treason enough, for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Ah. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. What art? Faith, he's an English tailor. Come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Ooh. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, never a quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought of letting some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
They say we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is the great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. In lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. Provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. Makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That indeed it did, sir, in a very threat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Oh, I'm knocking as I waked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Come on, back in your box.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labour we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does.
He did appoint, sir. The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. And, as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events, new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamoured the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror. 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's
the matter? Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What mean you,
to
his
save
majesty?
the life? Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Banquo and Donald Bain! Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death himself! Malcolm! Banquo!
What's the business? Such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house. Speak!
Horror!
Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo. Banquo. Our royal master's murder.
Woe, alas! What in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I pray thee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died! An hour before this chance I had lived a blessed time, for from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it, the spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped. Your royal father's murder.
Oh. By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannily breached with gore. Who could refrain? That had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known.
Oh, help me, Enzo!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues? The most may claim this argument for ours. Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So
let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland, aye. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot have not yet lighted. And our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, to horse, let us not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
Threescore and 10 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings. On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her pride of place was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day! What good could they pretend?
There was a bond. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Coomkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to fight.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robes sit easier than our new.